Welcome to Pacific Magazine. I'm Senior Airman Brandy Durr. Today we're in Thailand where Exercise Cooperation Afloat Readiness and Training 2014 is kicking off. Let's see what these guys are up to.
As in past years, CARAT 2014 will allow our forces to enhance interoperability, strengthen relationships, and provide a practical venue to address shared maritime concerns and priorities.
Now that the opening ceremony is over, let's check out what they're doing for the actual exercise.
Hard work, dedication, and lots of heart. A typical day for United States Navy Seabee.
It's our unit that is actually going around providing construction assistance and sharing construction ideas with whole nations, with Thailand, Malaysia, and the next that will be coming Philippines.
Yeah, we're good.
These guys are using something new for this year's exercise, a cold-formed steel machine.
It's actually provide us cold forming steel studs that we can actually use for framing and be able to erect buildings in a faster and a more efficient way. Pretty much I feel like we might probably making a little bit of history, something that actually we can take pride on. If it gets adopted and accepted to our command, that we can actually look at it and maybe somewhere in our near future that, hey look, I was part of this.
1, 2, 3.
The Seabees are the first unit to ever take this machine out to sea. While in Thailand, a couple of the Seabees got to add something else to their toolbox.
Fire in the hole!
Got to mess around with the EODs, got to shoot off some explosives. It's a life-changing experience.
The young Seabee will actually need this experience with IEDs for his job as a builder and a fighter.
So some of the things they were interested in are ways that we deal with explosives without setting off an enormous area with explosives. We call it low order. I love demolition, so that's my favorite part of the job.
But that's not the only part of the job.
So as Navy EOD technicians, we respond to surface, IED, underwater, and nuclear, bio, and chemical threats.
Today, these technicians are taking the robots on a test drive.
Working with the robot, it's something that you have to get used to. It's one of our main tools. We like to stay remote as much as we can because that keeps us safe and in the truck. Once you get used to it, it's not bad. It's kind of fun. It can be frustrating because of lack of comms. It's a little different if you're the robot driver and your team leader's in the front seat. They don't necessarily know what you're looking at or trying to do, so they just see a robot that's downrange having problems, and it can get frustrating at times, but it's well worth it.
While these guys were learning how to disarm bombs, another team was loading mines. Senior Airman Sarah Bryce takes us to the flight line.
It's 3 a.m. and already these sailors have been up for hours. They're aviation ordnance men, and their main job is to put weapons like these onto planes like this.
We basically load anything from missiles, rockets, bombs, mines, as we did today.
With each of today's dummy mines weighing 1,000 pounds, loading them can be a daunting task, but Petty Officer Chris Ofterhar likes to keep a positive outlook.
I think when you get in the swing of things and you just start going, you don't even pay attention to it. You just get to the end and complete the mission.
Ofterhar and his co-workers go wherever their aircraft goes. Today, they're in Thailand for the largest exercise between the U.S. and Thai forces. And if you've ever been in an exercise, you'll know that things don't always go as planned.
We uploaded them, told us we had to download them, so that's what we did.
An hour's work down the drain as the ordnance men download 4,000 pounds worth of artificial mines. For Ofterhar, this extra effort is just water under the bridge.
Yeah, it gives us more practice.
As the early hours stretch into the morning, the aviation ordnance crew works hard to keep their skills sharp and their disposition sunny. Senior Airman Sarah Bryce, Thailand.
As Senior Airman Bryce gets up into the sky to get a view from the top, sailors and Marines aboard the USS Ashland go for a swim before getting underway to their next location in Malaysia.
To our friends from the US, welcome to Malaysia and in particular to Lumut Naval Base. It is a great honor and privilege for me to be accorded this opportunity to officiate the opening of CARAT 2014.
Shortly after the USS Pinckney arrived in Malaysia for the exercise, they called in a dive team from the USNS Safeguard to inspect the hull.
Aboard the boat here, we do salvage and CARAT training. Other places we do inspections and maintenance in shipyards. It's great. To me, it's the greatest job in the world. It's the most rewarding, and every day is a different day.
And today, the USS Pinckney can get underway to their next location without any difficulties. But who's driving? Sailors from the USS Pinckney are learning from the Royal Malaysian Navy in a bridge ship handling simulator. Here, the sailors can make mistakes without actually running the ship into something.
It was a lot of fun, actually. Started out just talking to them and seeing kind of what they did, what kind of ships they were on, and what they do job-wise.
Conning officer, all engines ahead flank.
I think it's also important just to, get a feel for how other navies train. They ask us questions like, how can we improve? And I think we should be asking the same questions. How can we improve our own training programs?
Another group of sailors from the destroyer found their way to the pier for more training. They're learning how to board a ship with a Jacob's ladder.
We're here today training Malaysians on MEO, Maritime Interdiction Operations, big time capability that we want to help Malaysians develop a lot as far as being able to police their waters and enhance that capability.
Let's take a look at who's protecting the ship against the greatest dangers at sea.
Imagine you're on a ship that's being attacked. What do? In just a few moments, sailors from the USS Pinckney are going to enter the simulator behind me to figure out just that.
But first, things are going to heat up a little bit.
Today they're doing damage control and firefighting training, as what we can see here.
You still see the fire done?
When I entered in, I didn't know what to expect. I've gone on air before, but I've never gone on air with actual smoke. You couldn't see anything, but the adrenaline rush, once you're in there, you know what your mission is, you want to complete it. It's great to have the guys with me in there just rooting me on.
The sailors are learning new skills from their Royal Malaysian Navy counterparts.
I haven't even been in the Navy a year yet, so I feel very blessed and privileged to be out here experiencing the different types of culture, just everything in general, learning what they have to offer us and then doing the same in return. So it's an awesome experience.
I can say the cooperation is quite encouraging. So there's I can see a lot huge difference, and which maybe we can adopt it.
Their Navy partners also introduced the sailors to the rocking simulator for the first time.
Let's get this water in here. I'm ready.
It was very fun, especially when the ship started rocking. I love that part.
What they learned in this simulator could possibly save their lives one day.
Basically, if there's a hole in the bulkhead, what we do is we try to erect some type of shore that goes over the hole or in the hole to stop or slow down progressive flooding. I believe that it's a very good thing that we're working together and coinciding with the Malaysian Navy. I believe it builds strong ties between our country and their country, and basically to show that all damage control is pretty much the same. We're just trying to protect the ship.
Let's let these sailors dry off while we go enjoy some entertainment. 7th Fleet's Orient Express Band is here and they're rocking out.
My experience has been great. The people have been very nice. They've been very receptive to our music. We've been well received. It's been very enjoyable.
They're providing more than just entertainment at the exercise.
I think it's important that the Navy Band come to Malaysia because we are the face of the Navy. A lot of times we are the only interaction that locals have with the United States Navy.
The band has traveled to a secondary school, an orphanage, and even sports stage to play for the sailors participating in the exercise.
It was great to play for people who might not have had an experience like that before, to hear live music.
The outdoor events are super cool and very important, but what goes on behind these doors is the heart of the exercise. Let's take a peek.
From the intel guys, the logistics guys, the comms guys, JAG.
Command post exercise is really a way for the commander and staff to exercise planning and wargaming of a plan. In this case, we're conducting a combined amphibious plan with the Royal Malaysian Armed Forces, so that when it comes game time, we can operate together.
That's the endeavor where we have both of our countries represented.
It's good to see both the Royal Malaysian Armed Forces and the Navy Marine Corps team conducting this combined planning and wargaming as fluidly as they have been.
As exercise cooperation afloat readiness and training comes to an end in Malaysia, let's reflect on the events that brought the two nations together.
In closing, I thank you for your friendship, I thank you for your partnership, and I thank you for your commitment to help us all collectively build a better future. That future is for all of our respective children, not just mine, but yours and the entire world, and we appreciate the effort and commitment that all of you have made to help build a better future.
I'm looking forward for another opportunity for us to meet. I wish you all the best and have a safe journey home. With that, I hereby declare CARAT 2014 officially closed. Bon voyage, fair winds, and following seas.
That does it for this edition of Pacific Magazine. I'm Senior Airman Brandy Durr. From all of us at AFN Pacific, thanks for watching.